Welcome back to Camp Mercy. It's Miss Vasquez. I'm here for another story time with you. Today we have 101 Animal Superpowers by Melvin and Gilda Berger. There are 101 different facts in here about a lot of different animals. However, I picked 5 of the ones that I thought that were the most interesting, and those are the ones I'm going to share with you. So, first up, we have the balloon fish blow up. This is number 4. So if you get this book, you know which one to look for. Now, I chose this animal because it has some really interesting traits that help it to survive. As you can see, it has a lot of spikes on it. That helps it to survive when any kind of predator tries to eat it. So let's learn a little bit more about it. So here we go. The bodies of balloonfish are covered with long, sharp, pointed spines. Normally, the spines lie flat on their bodies, offering the fish little protection. So when they're not swimming around and trying to keep themselves safe, their little spines here lay flat to their body so that they're not getting hurt or hurting anyone else. But when threatened, balloonfish take in huge gulps of water and in just a few seconds become 2 or 3 times their usual size. So can you imagine if you were to breathe in a huge gulp of air or a huge gulp of water that you become like this big? It's so crazy. Then the spines pop up and point straight out from their bodies like nothing you've ever seen. No predator is tempted to take a bite of a puffed up, prickly balloonfish. So just imagine like a balloon covered in needles. You wouldn't want to bite that. That would hurt. So let's look at our next one. Number 6. I found this one really interesting because I think snakes are really cool. This one's called the boa constrictor's squeeze prey to death. Whew, you have to be really strong. I think snakes have a lot of muscles. So let's read more about them. Boa constrictors are large snakes and deadly predators, yet they have no fangs and their bites are not poisonous. Their superpower consists of an ability to wrap their long bodies around their victims and squeeze them harder and harder. As boa constrictors tighten their grip, the prey find it increasingly difficult to breathe. Finally, they choke to death. Deer, wild pigs, monkeys, and lizards all die because of the superior strength of the boa constrictor, which then swallows them whole. So can you imagine having the ability to squeeze something with your whole body and then just swallow the whole thing without even chewing? We would choke, but snakes can do it. So our next one is number 20, the dragonfly. I thought the eyes of this dragonfly were really interesting, and it might be really cool if you wanted to include eyes like this on your creature that you make. So number 20 says, dragonfly eyes see all around. So we can only see forward and a little bit off to the side, but these creatures can see all the way around them, even behind them. So let's read a little bit more about them. A dragonfly has among the biggest eyes of all insects. Its 2 huge eyes, which look like round beads, completely cover its head. Each eye, called a compound eye, is made up of about 30,000 separate lenses. Compare that with humans who have only 1 lens in each eye. Wow. With thousands of lenses, the insect can see super well. Let me read that one again. With thousands of lenses, the insect can see super well, near and far, and in all directions, up and down, from side to side, and forward and backwards. Compound eyes are super useful for catching prey and escaping danger. So let's say you have eyes like this, and you're sitting and you're eating something like an ice cream at the park, and someone's coming behind you, and a ball is going to fly and hit you in the head. If you had eyes like that, you could see it and duck and get out of the way. That would be super cool. All right, one of my favorite creatures is the gorilla, number 34. So gorillas speak without words. So gorillas and other large primates like them are related to us. We share a lot of DNA with them. And so when we look at these animals, we see that we have a lot of really similar features. So let's see what they're talking about when they say gorillas speak without words. Gorillas are masters of communication. They grunt and bark to keep the group or band together. They scream or roar to alert others to danger. They burp when they are relaxed while eating or resting. Ooh, they burp. And the young cry like human babies when troubled and chuckle at play. Gestures also carry information. Beating the chest warns others away. Staring means they're ready to fight. And an open mouth with bared teeth shows fear. For gorillas, sounds and actions surely speak louder than words. Wow. Do you see any similarities to how we as humans communicate? We use gestures too. So because primates are some of my favorite animals, I chose another primate. And this is our last animal feature. Number 48, howler monkeys grasp with their tails. So this is a feature that they use because they live in trees. They need to be able to grip as much as they can and not fall down, right? So their tail is something useful for them to help keep them up. So let's read a little bit more about them. The howler monkey gets its superpower from its tail. For this animal, which spends most of its life in the trees, the tail is like an extra arm. It grasps the branches as the monkey clambers through the trees. A patch of bare skin on the bottom side of the tail helps the monkey get a good grip on the tree limbs, or hang from the branches. The howler rarely leaps or jumps through the trees. Instead, it uses its strong tail to hold on as it collects leaves, its main food. So that's really helpful. It uses its tail to hold itself on the tree while it uses its hands to eat. So that's it. If you want to learn more or look more through this book, because there's so many different traits in here, I suggest, if you can, looking it up online, or maybe send me an email and I can share a few more pages with you. I like this book. It's really cool. All right. So join us next time for another story time.